Welcome back to another market update video. In this video, we're going to be going over the overall market. I'm going to be looking at some of the coins which I personally have interest in, some of the coins I'm holding, and I'm going to be giving you a realistic assessment of the market currently and where I think it is going in both the short and long term. Okay, so if you can see right now, the crypto market, it's having another move to the downside. This is kind of what I expected. There was no real reason for us to be green in the last few days and weeks. And, there is still a massive degree of uncertainty across markets, stock market, crypto, and obviously most of the other things in between. And for that reason, until we get a clear change in monetary policy, until we get a rate cut, I don't think there is going to be a massive, massive bull run ahead. Okay, now that doesn't mean it won't happen this year. It just means until we get a change, I don't really see the liquidity flowing into risk on assets anytime soon. And despite the total money supply, the M2 going up, it hasn't really found its way to cryptocurrency because of the sheer lack of risk appetite across markets. If people can't afford to pay their bills, if people are cutting back on spending, why are they going to invest in crypto, right? So even if the money supply is going up, if people are still pretty poor and people are struggling, crypto isn't necessarily going to completely explode all of a sudden. And you are seeing some potential signs for a recession in the US. I'm not trying to cause FUD here, but the reality is this is not a current risk on market right now, and retail are not coming back in the numbers people would have expected they would be by this point. So, obviously, the market right now is mainly red. There is a little bit of green in the market, but obviously the big coins are the ones that we really care about. And Bitcoin is down, Ethereum is down, and XRP, BNB, Sol, Cardano, and Doge are all down. So pretty much red across the board in terms of the important coins. And Bitcoin, has kind of broken down clearly below that 85K level that it was trying to test and rejected on. And, it's showing some weakness right now. Now, in the past day, I have been reviewing a lot of the portfolios, pretty much all the portfolios submitted to me by the VIPs. This is one example of a portfolio. You can see my kind of grading score here. This is how I score these portfolios on various metrics. I'll give you a full assessment if you are interested. The link to my VIP group is in the description. Your portfolio can feature in an exclusive video where I rate it and I talk about the good things and the bad things with your own portfolio. So if you're interested in that, check out the first link in the description and sign up to the VIP group. Okay, so we have big news on Wednesday. We have obviously the FOMC meeting. The Fed will decide on whether to cut, hike, or keep rates unchanged. We already know what is going to happen here. It's literally a 99% chance that there is no change. However, it's more about what is actually spoken about in this meeting, particularly some of the questions towards Jerome Powell, questions about potential future rate cuts and things like that, maybe questions about the tariffs and how that is impacting inflation. That is really what you want to be listening to. We will, of course, be live streaming this in the Discord in my VIP group. So I look forward to that. We'll have a big in-depth discussion around that and, see how it potentially affects the markets. Now, I would say it's pretty clear the markets are priced in no rate cut for this month. But the real question is, what are the chances in May? There's 76% chance that there's no change. And then in June, there is a 40% chance that there's no change. So when are we actually getting a rate cut? As of right now, it seems like June isn't even a guarantee. May seems unlikely. So that leaves us all the way until June until we get a potential rate cut, unless obviously Jerome Powell says something otherwise potentially in this meeting or in this conference. And if that happens and we get something to be bullish about and we get kind of an indication that there will be a cut sooner rather than later, I would expect Bitcoin and markets to turn around in general. And if we take a look at Bitcoin here, you can see, obviously, it was around this 85K level. It was testing it multiple times, but I just saw clear weakness. I mean, there was no sign that Bitcoin really was going to push above this and aim for 91K, at least anytime soon. Okay, unless something really drastic changes with the FOMC, I expect Bitcoin to range and mainly range to the downside. I expect it to come down and potentially retest these levels here, or even come lower to the macro support, which is where the kind of volume point of control is down here around 68K, or a little bit higher, the March high of 2024, which is around 73 to 74K. So anywhere in that range between the 2021 bull market high of 69K and the March high of 73, 74K, I think stands a good chance of getting hit so long as we don't get a cut anytime soon, which looks like it's going to be the case. So I do expect kind of sideways and maybe even down trading until we get a cut. When we do get a cut, I expect markets to recover, and I expect them to recover very quickly. The question is, how long lasting will that be? Will that create a much higher high on the Bitcoin chart, or will it just be maybe a slight higher high, maybe to 112, 115, 120K? Get your predictions in the comments, but I'm very curious. As of right now, due to the clear kind of uncertainty and weakness in the market, if I was favoring an argument, I would say it will be a slight higher high, something like what happened last bull run, where if you remember, if we just pull up the weekly chart here, if you remember last bull run, Bitcoin hit 64K and then it hit 69K, and that was it. That was literally the difference between the first pump and the second pump, and everyone got wrecked in this period here. And if you would have just held, you would have gone back to where you were plus some extra profits. And altcoins in this period, they did actually do a bit better. So while it maybe was just a slight difference between the Bitcoin first and second high, the altcoins were much higher in the second wave, okay? Not necessarily like a crazy amount higher, but they were higher than the Bitcoin difference. And into the altcoin kind of major chart that I look at here, the total free, it's at a really key level for me. You can see that the stochastics are showing kind of overbought and, you know, kind of a bit of weakness here despite a very small rally. So I would have to favor the argument that we would be coming a bit lower, you know, and we've got this major kind of support level here, which we actually broke down, which constituted that dump to the golden pocket. We're currently kind of testing that support here, which you can see just a little bit above it, right? So on the day, we've come down almost to it and then bounced. Let's see if it holds. If it can hold, that would be good. We also have this kind of trend line here, which has been stemming back for a while, all the way back until since August. So total free really is at quite an important level. If we were to break back down below this trend line and below this kind of red band of support, which I outlined, which actually is the March/April highs. Okay, these previous highs are very important. They act as support and resistance very frequently. And if you can't hold them, there's a good chance you get a big dip, which is exactly what happened the day that we lost this support. We came straight down and we came down to the next clear support level, which was the golden pocket. And I told you guys in the VIP group that that would happen. I put out an announcement warning everyone, and we did come down and saw lower prices. Now, I'm not necessarily assured that the pain is completely over. I think there is a good chance we could break down below this. Will we go down for another kind of double test of the golden pocket? I don't know. Obviously, we can only speculate. We don't have a crystal ball here. But if we were to break that golden pocket and go below that, it would be pretty devastating for the altcoin market. And that would probably be the maximum pain scenario needed in order to actually begin some form of an altcoin season. That would probably put a lot of altcoins to their range lows. It would crash Ethereum as well. And that would really just hit the reset button and allow us to start moving forward into the last kind of half of the year. Now, as for something positive, here is a Mavia token, a coin which I personally hold and have actually been DCAing in the last few months, despite its catastrophic crash in price. It's actually exploding right now. Okay, in the last 7 days, it's up 447%. You can see that it was dead, and then all of a sudden you see this massive, drastic move in price. And this is just something to show you that when things do turn around, these are the types of moves you can see, particularly on lower caps, which have been kind of wrongly oversold. So let this be a little reminder that when the market does switch, there is a lot of money to be made in crypto. Don't forget about that. And even in a sideways market, you can still make a ton of money if you see the opportunity. And I know a ton of people in the Discord, They were buying Mavia. They were stacking it down in these lows, and obviously they were rewarded here. One guy actually took money out at a 6x or 7x. He was literally buying at the all-time low, and he cashed out some really nice profits and redistributed that back into his blue chips. So congratulations. I saw a couple people actually say that. Heroes of Mavia seeing a nice rally. Will it continue? If you want to know, go check my video out I made on it yesterday. Now, I'm going to share with you a little list of gaming coins because obviously Mavia is in the gaming sector, and a lot of people are talking about gaming coming back now. And if that does happen, these are some of the top gaming coins I would potentially look at targeting. Beam would be the clear kind of blue chip one. And then there's some more speculative ones, as you see here. Now, there's a couple in red, which I've actually kept exclusive for the VIP members. If you want to see those ones, because they are such small caps and so risky, I'm not going to share them on the channel right now. But if you do want to see them, it's over in the Discord. Okay. So yeah, I mean, that pretty much wraps up today's update video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. The market is pretty boring, pretty red right now, but I am pretty certain in my view that things will change once we get a rate cut and once things actually change on the macro. They still haven't changed yet. The chances of a rate cut in March and May are both extremely low. So we'll have to wait and see. Smash the likes on the video if you enjoyed. Stay tuned, stay subscribed, and most importantly, check out the VIP group if you are interested in a 24/7 active Discord community where we're sharing updates and various coins, various opportunities. We have voice chat calls, private live streams, and I also review members' portfolios on a private video. So if you are interested in all that good stuff to help you on your crypto journey, check it out. There's a current sale available if you stayed this long to the end of the video. Use code SAVE20 at checkout. SAVE20 at checkout. You'll save yourself 20%. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.